Hey guys, Prepper Nurse 1 here. I want to do a video today talking about flexibility with your plans when you go off grid, okay? So you got to be flexible. You can't be rigid in what your game plan is. And the reason that I have the video focused on the camper to start with, anybody that's been following me from the very beginning here, my original plan was to build something, basically box in the entire camper and extend out another room out. Like I would have probably cut this tree here down and extend the room out, like way out here, like about 20 feet out or 30 feet out, and made a big long addition the entire length of the camper. And I was going to make that like our living room, have the fireplace in there and stuff like that. And that was the original game plan, okay? And then the day before, like I said, anybody that's been following my channel for a while knows that the day before we moved up here, I found out that I had cancer. So a month after we moved up here, I had to have a major surgery. And it completely derailed my plans for that whole summer to work on my place and get things ready for winter. So we had to change plans. So we ended up then at that point, we ended up buying the building, which I believe was delivered in October of last year. And so then we shifted focus and started working on inside the, it's a 14 by 40 lofted barn and turning it into our home. The reason that we did that was because it was basically framed in already. It was a shell. It had a roof and stuff like that on it, and that way we basically just had to work on the inside and we could live in it as we were working on it. And everything was geared last year towards the fact that we needed to get the wood stove in and to be able to be warm, because by November of last year it was too cold to sleep in the camper, and to heat the camper was costing way too much money with the propane. So we switched gears and we, like I said, got the wood stove in the house, and we were staying in there from that point on. Now, another thing that we did that was a complete change of gears. I started out with a 12-volt system, and we started out with 3 solar panels, and so we had 750 watts at that point. So we got through last winter, of course, and it was brutal and it was tough, and so we completely revamped our solar this spring. So I added the 3 more panels, and I went from a 12-volt to a 24-volt system. And as you guys know, anybody, like I said again, that's been following my channel, and the new people that you don't know, I completely switched out all my batteries and bought all new, bigger batteries, and changed everything. And like I said, I went from a 12-volt system to a 24-volt system. So again, another thing, change of plans. Another thing that was a complete change of plans was a water system. Originally what I was going to do is I was going to tie off from the pump here, the dry hydrants that we had, the 2 dry hydrants, the water line, I was going to bring the water line from there into the house that way and come in there. After talking with the plumber and my bulldozer guy, you guys know that we completely changed everything, and we ended up, let me go over here and I'll talk about this here. We ended up putting the 1,000-gallon tank here, and we have the well is over here, and we ran a line from the well right into the tank, and then that line comes from the house right up into the house here, and it comes right up into my bedroom. And we have a tank on the 2nd floor up in the loft there that pumps the water in directly from the holding tank. Now this here, luckily for us, is gravity fed, so it feeds it automatically. This is getting fed automatically because I have an artesian well. The well is sulfur, and so the smell is dissipated at the wellhead. There's no sulfur smell at all in the water here, and there's no sulfur smell in the water in the house. So that's just 3 examples of being flexible, being open to change, changing your mind. You can't be so rigid. That's one of the things that I found that you can't do. You can't be real rigid in your game plan. You have to be flexible. So being flexible, living off grid, you got to be open to different ideas. And when people suggest things, you kind of want to listen to people that know what they're talking about. You might have a game plan in your head, but when you talk with people that know what they're doing, like with the solar system, I listened to Bill and Rosa from Bill and Rosa Off Grid, and he was a huge help for me with that. I talked to him several times, and he gave me some great advice, and it's really worked out well. Now again, I obviously still need to add to my solar system. I have other things that I need to do with that, which will happen, and I'll do another video here shortly on collecting solar power in the winter here in the Northeast. So, but anyway, like I said, it's like just being able to roll with the punches, and things are not always going to go as you planned, and you've got to be flexible. You have to be like, okay, well, we'll scrap that idea and we'll do something different. Now, I still would love to get to, I want to build something over the top of the camper, and have that so that the weather's not hammering down on the camper, because I'd like to keep the camper forever. So, if I put some form of a shelter over the top of the camper, it's going to help protect that. And then it'll give us some more of a space too. I'm going to keep this tree. I'm not getting rid of this tree. So, what I'd like to do is just put an awning over to the tree, or just even incorporate the tree around it, the lower part. And then I definitely want to do a porch along the entire length of here. And so that's also in the game plan. So there's a lot of things that I want to do, but like I said, everything is flexibility, being able to, change your plans, do something different, and to be open to that. And so that's a big thing. And but like I said, it's just, you have to be flexible in your game plan. If you come in with this rigid mindset of this is the way it's going to be and that's it, it's not going to work for you guys. I mean, it really isn't. I mean, I've changed so many times on what we're doing here, and thinking, okay, I'm going to do this, so no, I'm going to do that, nope, I'm going to do this, no, I'm going to do that, and it just, it always, you have to be open to change. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Please tell me what your thoughts are, share your ideas and stuff like that. Like I said, it's like, I've had a lot of people give me some advice. Some of it I take and I do, and some of it I don't. I mean, and I hope nobody takes that personal, but I'm always willing to listen to what other people have to say and what they think. And again, a lot of it comes down to, can I afford to do it and not afford to do it? And like I said, anybody that knows, I've never got on here and begged, and I won't beg because I work for a living. And, I'm just trying to, share the fact that this is a doable thing for anybody. Is it cheap? Nope, it's not cheap. Is there bumps in the road? Absolutely there's going to be bumps in the road. Life is going to throw you bumps in the road. I mean, I would have never expected to find out that I had cancer the day before we moved off grid. So yeah, that kind of threw everything into flux and change. But you know what? You deal with it, and that's part of life, So that's what makes things interesting. And it's how you deal with adversity that really shows who you are. And the biggest thing I wanted to say too, for me, it's and of course my behind is ringing here. Hold on, I just want to see who that is. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hello? Hey, Tom, what's going on? Good. No, it's okay. Well, you got something going on? All right, yeah, no, that's fine. Not a problem. No, that's fine. We can do that. Sounds good. Yes, you too now. All right, bye. Okay, guys, sorry about that. That was my son's tutor. Um, so anyway, that's the kind of call I got to take. But anyway, so like I said, the biggest thing for me was, and I think it's really important, you need to work out whatever bugs that you have with your homestead. So doing it now while everything is fine and normal is probably the best time to do that, as opposed to when an SHTF situation happens. Then oh my God, now it's too late and we got what we got. So to me, it was like, especially like with the solar, working things out now when I don't have to, but I want to, and it makes it important for me to do it because of the fact that we are completely either running on the solar or we're running on a backup generator. And like I said, the ultimate goal is to be completely on solar and then wind turbine. That's going to be the ultimate goal, and not even have to use a generator at all. That's the ultimate goal, is not to have to use a generator. Now, of course, again, I do live in the Northeast. Wintertime is the worst time of year. Today's the 19th of December. It is Monday, yes, and so we are 2 days away from the winter solstice, which is officially the first day of winter, number one, but it's also the shortest day of the year. So we will start gaining daylight after that. So that is I'm excited about that day, because the more daylight we're getting, the more sun we're going to get. So, or clouds or whatever we get. Now, see, today, it's somewhat overcast. We got some sun. We actually did get quite a bit of sun today. You can see the clouds coming in though from over here now. But we did have a lot of sun today, which was awesome. And so, we just keep plugging away at it, guys. All right, so that's what's happening. I'm going to let you go. And I just wanted to share that with you. Being flexible, being willing to change with your homestead and your plans and your game plans, and rolling with those punches, because things are going to come up. It happens. All right, so I will talk to you guys later. Prep and nurse one out for now. And remember, hug and kiss the ones you love, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. So make sure you do that. That's really, really important. And it's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time, and you will reach your goals. You will definitely do it. All right, Prep and nurse one out for now.